for this decision. But number one in what? Let's talk about the number one. Let's talk about a $1 billion investment here in upstate New York. $1 billion. Let's talk about 1 million square feet going to be built right here in this great facility. 1 million square feet. Let's talk about 1,000 new jobs, full-time jobs right here in the facility. So yes, we are number one. And that is the number I'll always associate with this extraordinary day, to have this processing, which will be the number one natural food processing facility in America. It's happening right here, my friends. And I could not be prouder to make this announcement, to give new hope to those who've been fighting for a long time to protect jobs. 1,500 construction jobs. We can't wait to see them get to work as well. But this is a new day. And I'll tell you this. Anybody who bets against New York State is betting wrong, and you're going to lose. This is the state where it's happening. Manufacturing is back. Optimism is back. Jobs are up. There is a feeling of energy like we've never seen before. And it all comes down to places like this happening all over. So Hamdi, I want to thank you for believing in us the way we believe in you. We believe in you. We know this is just the beginning, and I've got plenty of space for more expansions after this one. You ready for that? I'm always thinking about the next step. Hope Night, we ready to help them out again? Well, we helped out this facility, $230 million to get this property ready for development. We got it done. I want to thank members of my team. Also, our investment in the jobs you'll be creating. $75 million of support from the state, because when you create jobs, we're going to make it worth your while to do it right here in New York. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is part of the rebirth of our state, a rebirth of upstate New York, a rebirth of business, and a rebirth of the belief in greater days that lie ahead. Are you with me in this belief? We can get it done here, right here in upstate New York, right here in Rome, right here in Oneida County, and thank leaders like Hamdi for his investment and belief in us. Thank you so much. I've got something to present to you, Hamdi, if you're willing to come on up here for 1 minute. Now, a lot of people give people boring things like a key to a city. No offense, mayors. I know you like to do things like that, but I've got a spoon to the state. All right? How about this, Hamdi? And it is absolute truth that a day does not go by when I pack my lunch to go wherever I'm going for the state, I have not one but 2 Chobani yogurts. I look forward to continuing with the new products as well. I told them I want something that tastes like a hot fudge sundae next. You gonna do that for me? Let's get it done. All right, hot fudge sundaes, let's go.
Thank you, Governor Hochul. Now please welcome our President and COO, Kevin Burns. Kevin is a world-class operator, and as our business has grown more complex, he has kept us rooted in keeping things simple. Under Kevin's leadership, he has been instrumental in bringing Hamdi's vision to life, and he'll share how this investment positions Chobani for the future. Before he comes up on stage, we are going to play a very short video clip. Thank you.
pleasure to be here. Just one quick comment watching the previous video. We got to take care of Hamdi. He's aged a lot in the last 20 years. I thought I looked at Hamdi. We got to work on it. This is the second inning. I keep telling Hamdi, this is it's a privilege to be part of this journey, and it really is a journey. This is another chapter in the book. And I have to be careful with my international colleagues, but it is baseball season now. I normally have my Yankees hat on. This is the second inning. It's still very early in our journey. We'll talk a little bit about the facts around the first phase here. We're building a campus, really. The plant is part of a campus, but the opportunities for us are endless if we stay on course and true to our missions and values and focus. A little bit on the company. The company is, and it's 20 years in the making. And I really think it's like a jigsaw puzzle where the pieces are there and we're really getting the pieces to align now and fueling those with new pieces. But before I talk a little bit, one thing I want to say, a shout out to my colleagues from the South Evanston plant down the road, which is really the cornerstone and heart of the company still today. We were there yesterday. Hamdi and I would go to the plant. We don't spend much time in the offices. I say not much good happens in the offices. The action's on the floor. We were there yesterday, and it's always an uplifting environment to see the people and engage with them in terms of the team members and how they're doing and things we can do differently, and we always get great input. But there's a number of colleagues here like Rich Lake and Hugh Roddy. Tony is here, who's going to be working with our dairy partners, and others that have been here, and we're really standing on their shoulders today based on what they found in terms of foundation. So thank you to the South Evanston team, which is making this possible based on really being the anchor of the company. The company continues to do quite well. We're only about the 27th or 28th largest food company in the U.S. providing into the retail network. But over the last year, we've provided more volume growth in food to all of our retailers' ecosystem than any other food company. And I think it's because we're staying true to our core around our missions, our values, and a very simple model. We design great food, we make great food, and we deliver that food to our partners who are retailers and then ultimately the consumers. And that's been the focus. It'll be the focus here when we build what will be our most advanced plant. We need it for capacity purposes. We need it for redundancy purposes. We have some unique products in Twin Falls that we'd like to be able to produce in more than one plant. And frankly, we need it for new innovation that we're going to put in place. As said earlier, this will be somewhere between 1 million and 1.5 million square feet. I think that's really phase one. We'll put over $1 billion into the facility. If you've worked with us in Chobani, I'm sure we'll end up on the high side. I would take the over on that in terms of the spending. And ultimately, we'll have over 1,000 team members be added here. The most competitive, high-quality positions in the safest work environment, being part of an incredible journey. But I want to get two concepts across. One is partnership. The governor said it. We can't do this on our own. We're going to need upward of 10 and 12 million pounds of milk a day to support this facility. So obviously, we're not in the dairy business. We don't own any farms or cows. We're going to need our ecosystem partners to work with us on that. We're going to need the city, the state, the county to be partners, and they've already been fabulous partners. I'm excited about working with them. But this is going to be a partnership over a long period of time. We're going to need everybody's help to make this successful. The second thing is really around people and talent. I'm confident we'll build the building right. I'm confident we'll buy the right lines. I'm confident we'll do all the technical aspects. But we need a great set of team members to show up to work every day with the pride that they have, focus on safety, focus on quality, and focus on service, which are the three bedrocks of what we do in our facilities every day. This will be a great journey. I'm sure there's, even now in Chobani, there's all these quips about the word Rome. Rome was not built in a day, but Tony, we're on the clock today. The design package goes over to the city planner today. We hit the clock, and we're going to make progress every day, day by day, and I think you'll find that we'll be great partners along the way doing that for a long period of time. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Although he couldn't be here, Senator Chuck Schumer, a longtime friend of Chobani and champion of upstate New York, has sent a special message. From the beginning, he has stood by our side in building the American industry and ensuring good food for all. Let's hear from Senator Schumer now. Please roll the video.
Hi, everybody. It's Senator Chuck Schumer. And I am really so sorry, so sorry I can't be with you in person today. But I sure am with you in spirit, because I love Chobani. I love Hamdi Ulukaya, one of the nicest, best people I've met. I love Oneida County, and I love bringing jobs to upstate New York. I have always been a huge advocate for Chobani's growth in New York, and today that hard work is paying off again. Today, Chobani, this great New York company, is solidifying upstate New York as the #1 brand of Greek yogurt in America. It's a once-in-a-generation investment. $1 billion, that's a billion with a capital B. 1,000 good-paying jobs so needed here in Oneida County. And the largest natural foods investment in America. This is breathtaking, totally breathtaking. And there are many people who deserve credit for this, but two people I want to thank above all, who are such great partners in getting this done. First, your amazing CEO and my very dear and good friend Hamdi Ulukaya. It's been almost 2 decades since I first met with Hamdi. He had just taken over a shuttered plant in Shenango County with big dreams to make his special recipe yogurt. He knew his yogurt was better than the competitors, but he had to start out with virtually nothing. But from the moment we met, I knew he was determined and he was committed to making a difference. And oh boy, has that been the case. He's such a great guy. And he cares. He's always cared about the dairy farmers, and he's so helped our dairy industry in central New York by buying milk from their cows. He cares about the community. He's a deeply caring person, and he wants to make sure that Shenango County and Oneida County prosper. He could have gone to lots of other states. I urged him to stay in New York. I tried to push very hard to make sure that New York gave him what he needed. But boy, oh boy, Hamdi is just one wonderful, decent guy. And a second person, of course, gets a huge amount of credit, Governor Hochul. Without her leadership, it wouldn't be possible. I could not ask for a better partner in government. She cares about jobs in upstate New York. She has a great record in creating jobs for upstate New York, and this is one of the best things that has happened to upstate New York in a long time, and Governor Hochul's been behind it all the way. The largest, again, let me say it again, the largest investment in natural food making in American history, right here in upstate New York. Now, from the very beginning, I have fought to help Chobani grow, whether it was helping them first set up shop just down the road in Shenango County, or helping get their delicious and healthy high-protein Greek yogurt into school lunches. We all knew that Chobani was the best for the kids, but some bureaucrats had stood in the way. The city of Rome and Oneida County just got its biggest shot in the arm in decades, all thanks to Chobani. So this is a win-win-win-win, a win for our dairy farmers, a win for the Mohawk Valley, a win for jobs, and a win for the kids who are going to get good, healthy yogurt, as will the rest of America. So congratulations again, and I look forward to a long and fruitful partnership between Chobani, the upstate New York, and the senior senator from our great state. I love you all.
Thank you. Representing the North Country with passion and purpose, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik has made history as one of the youngest women in congressional leadership. We're proud to now be part of the region she represents. Please welcome Congresswoman Elise Stefanik.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Let me start off with a question. Raise your hand if you have Chobani yogurt in your fridge at home right now. Hamdi, every hand is up. That is how much upstate New York and America loves Chobani. Today, it is truly an honor to be here with so many friends and our strong local and county electeds who we work so closely with. And of course, it is great to be with so many of our local dairy farmers and ag business leaders. And right here, we are in Rome, New York, in New York's 21st Congressional District for this exciting announcement. And as we all know, as proud upstaters, not only is agriculture the backbone of our upstate community and economy, but we know that New York State is one of the powerhouse agricultural states in the nation. And today, we break ground on Chobani's new, beautiful facility, and with it, we are celebrating the investment, opportunity, and local growth that will shape the lives of countless families in this community in upstate for generations to come. As so many of the other speakers mentioned, this $1.2 billion investment spanning 1.4 million square feet will create over 1,000 good-paying jobs right here in Rome, jobs that will strengthen our workforce and provide economic opportunity for local farms and local families. And there is no question that this project is a direct result of the hard work of many, including Chobani's visionary leader and founder, Hamdi. Thank you so much for your commitment to upstate New York, your commitment to Oneida County, and your commitment to America. I also would be remiss if I did not recognize our local elected officials in this county. In New York's 21st Congressional District, it's geographically the largest district in New York State, and I have 15 counties. But I will tell you, County Executive Tony Picente, State Senator Joe Griffo, Assemblyman Brian Miller, our Oneida County legislative leaders, they are tremendous. They pick up the phone to advocate for this region. They pick up the phone to call businesses to invest right here, and I am so grateful for that, and the people are grateful for that every single day. This facility will process a remarkable 12 million pounds of milk per day, producing over 1 billion pounds of dairy annually. What does that mean? It means an even stronger dairy industry and more opportunities for upstate and North Country farmers to sell their milk, expand their operations, and sustain family farms that have been so essential to our way of life for generations. As everyone knows, New York's 21st Congressional District is a dairy-producing district, one that I've been deeply proud to support and represent over the past decade. Whether it's delivering results for dairy farms in multiple farm bills or expanding access to dairy products in schools and expanding markets with fair trade agreements, especially with our neighbor to the north in Canada. We also know, and I say this not only as a Congresswoman, but a mom of a young 3-year-old son, dairy products and whole milk are a critical part of healthy development for our children and lasting well-being through adulthood. And the products that will be made right here are part of the ecosystem of nutritious dairy products that I'm proud to advocate for in Congress. For example, I was honored to join my colleagues to pass the bipartisan Whole Milk for Healthy Kids Act. And this bill is incredibly important. It allows school cafeterias to serve whole and flavored milk in schools. It gives our kids a greater variety of milk choices in addition to the wonderful products soon to be made here, ensuring that they have access to the nutrition they need to grow and thrive. We know that these school nutrition programs are essential, and they provide 77% of total daily milk consumption and 70% of total dairy consumption for low-income children ages 5 through 18. By promoting these nutritious dairy products back in our schools, like Chobani, we are ensuring that children across the state, across the country, can enjoy meals that support their health and physical and cognitive development. So it is an important step forward for our farmers, our families, and our next generation. Today's groundbreaking is incredibly exciting for Rome, and it's an incredible testament to the momentum that we have built working with our local workforce and our local elected officials. For example, we are right here, former home to an Air Force base. I serve on the House Armed Services Committee. I've been proud to deliver $500 million to this region, to Rome AFRL, to Innovare, to Griffiths, to make sure that we are investing not only in ag businesses, but in emerging technology. So think about that. We are creating jobs in multiple industries in upstate New York, driving innovation, whether it's in agriculture or in defense technology. None of this would have been possible without the leadership of our local partners. Again, I want to thank County Executive Tony Pacente and Mayor of Rome, Jim Lanigan. Their dedication to this community has been truly unwavering. They understand that local growth and economic development, they don't happen by accident. They require vision, action, and the courage to move forward even when the road ahead is challenging. So their tireless work and partnership with Chobani have brought us to this incredible moment today. So we are not only celebrating the construction of a building, we are here to celebrate the future of food, farming, and economic and agricultural opportunity right here in upstate New York. And most importantly, we are celebrating the resilience of our farmers who are the backbone of New York State's economy. So congratulations to all who worked so very hard to deliver these results today. I cannot wait to continue to work with you to build on this success. This is just a beginning chapter. I look forward to future chapters of Chobani right here in upstate New York. Thank you very much.
Now please welcome Mayor Jeffrey Lanigan, a true public servant, from a patrolman to a community impact officer to mayor. This is his first elected office, and he's already brought in $1 billion investment. I don't know what other mayor in America has delivered on their first $1 billion investment within their first 2 years of being in office. Well, congratulations, sir. Mayor Lanigan, thank you again for welcoming us into this next chapter. Please put your hands together for Mayor Lanigan.
Good morning. I just want to start off, I want to let Kevin and the team know, I know you guys are new here, so I'm going to cut you a little bit of a break, but since I won the election, this is Mets country out here now. So just to give you guys a little heads up, I'll give you a pass since you're so new, but county executive will fill you in. What an incredible day for the city of Rome. It's a day for all of us, the city, the county, the state, and the country. It is with great pride, excitement, and heartfelt appreciation that on behalf of the city of Rome, I officially welcome Chobani to our community. Thank you to the Chobani team, especially Hamdi, for locating your newest and most advanced manufacturing facility here at the Triangle site at Griffiths Technology Park. This announcement goes beyond mere business. This is a transformative moment for our community, with phase one of this project encompassing 1.4 million square feet at a cost of over $1 billion. It will be the largest development our city has seen in decades. Without question, the most significant event in Rome in a generation. Let's take a moment to recognize what this means. Jobs, growth, new opportunities for our families, our workforce, and our local businesses. It's the kind of catalytic investment that has the power to shape the future of Rome for the next 50 years. And Chobani, thank you for your vision and for choosing Rome as the place where that future will be built. Your company represents so many of the values we hold dear: innovation, quality, community, and a commitment to excellence. Those values are part of Chobani's DNA. In less than a decade, Chobani grew from a startup into the #1 selling Greek yogurt brand in the United States. It's a reminder that bold ideas rooted in strong values can lead to incredible outcomes. And today, as Chobani writes its next chapter here in Rome, we couldn't be prouder to be a part of that story. Of course, a project of this magnitude doesn't happen by chance. It takes leadership, it takes collaboration, and it takes true partnership. And that's why I want to extend a very sincere thank you to Oneida County Executive Anthony Pacente. His steadfast support, his strategic thinking, and his unwavering partnership have been vital throughout this entire process. Thank you, Anthony, for your continuing to believe in what Rome can be and for working alongside us to make it happen. We are also incredibly grateful for Governor Hochul and her support and her investment in Chobani's tremendous project here in the city of Rome. This development marks a major step forward for our community, bringing new opportunities and growth. I'd like to thank Congresswoman Elise Stefanik for being here with us today. We are very grateful for the support of our new representative, and we're looking forward to working with you as this project continues to move forward. As we owe a debt of gratitude to Mohawk Valley Edge for their hard work and dedication to bringing the Triangle site to a remarkable condition, as we celebrate this moment, we wouldn't be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the lasting contributions of Steve DeMeo. Steve worked tirelessly over many years to make a full redevelopment of the Triangle site a reality. His vision, determination, and belief in Rome's potential helped pave the way for this transformative moment. We honor his legacy today and every day as we move forward. The redevelopment of the Triangle site was a visionary effort, one that required forward-thinking investments, long-term commitment, dedication, and strong leadership. We are grateful for all those that played a role in bringing this project to reality. Here in Rome, we believe in getting things done, and we believe in doing them the right way. That's why I want to make it clear to Chobani and its leadership team, you're not in this alone. We are fully committed to working hand in hand with you to ensure you have everything you need to be successful. One of our top priorities is ensuring the infrastructure is in place to support your operations, especially water and sewer capacity. Our city team is already engaged and ready to move with purpose. We're going to make sure Rome is not just a great place to build, but a great place to stay, grow, and lead from. As we prepare to welcome this incredible economic investment, we're also preparing to welcome new residents. Rome is ready. We have several new housing developments already in motion to support expected growth within our community. That includes the Bonaccio development at Woodhaven, Copper Village project being developed by Human Technologies Corporation in partnership with Penrose. Together, these projects will provide hundreds of new housing units, offering a wide range of options for workforce and families who will be soon call Rome home. And speaking of the city team, I want to take a moment to thank outstanding professionals at the City of Rome who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes, from planning and engineering to public works to economic development. We have a phenomenal group of people who are ready to rise to the challenge of a project of this scale. This is a proud moment, and it's also a responsibility. We know this development will reshape Rome's economy, our skyline, and our story, and we are ready for it. We say it often, but today it is especially fitting. Rome is a city where past meets progress. And with this project, we are writing a bold new chapter. To the entire Chobani family, welcome to Rome. We're so glad you're here. We're excited about what we're building together, and we can't wait to get to work. Thank you. Congratulations to everybody involved.
You've heard some references about the ecosystem. Well, at the very heart of the ecosystem is the dairy that we need to go and buy and make this production real. I'm honored to bring up on stage David Curtin. He is New York made. He is a third-generation dairy farmer from Cassville and a proud graduate of Cornell University. His family's operation, Bridgewater Farms, has grown alongside Chobani from the very beginning. They help feed New York and the nation, and they remind us that partnerships between farmers and food makers are how we will feed the future. Please join me in welcoming David Curtin.
Good morning, everyone. I'm honored to be here today as a owner of Curtin Dairy, now known as Bridgewater Farms, LLC, located just south of here in Cassville, New York. We're a third-generation family farm that was started by my uncles and my father in 1964 with a small herd of 30 cows and a big dream. Today, our family and our employees work together to produce the highest quality milk and crops with exceptional animal and environmental stewardship. Today, we milk 3,500 Holsteins and we farm more than 9,000 acres of corn, alfalfa, and soybeans. We vertically integrate on many levels. We vertically integrate on many levels to improve efficiencies. We raise all of our own animals from calves to maturity. Our cropping operations produce feed for our cows, and we also market grain corn and cornmeal to other farms. We have a state-of-the-art renewable natural gas facility on site, and this digester reduces our carbon emissions by at least 90%. At our core, we're still driven by the same mission that we were founded on, to always be a leader in the dairy industry by always improving, always innovating, and doing our part to feed the world. Through our milk co-op, DFA, Dairy Farmers of America, we work closely with Chobani. In fact, we were one of the first farms to provide them milk when they opened in 2005. From the very beginning, 2 decades ago, Chobani wasn't just buying milk from us, they were building relationships. Relationships built on trust, shared values, and a common belief that business can and should be a force for good. This new $1.2 billion investment in Rome isn't just about expanding production, it's about expanding opportunity. It's a commitment to New York's dairy industry, to local farms and communities that we all call home. And as Chobani grows, our farm and many others in the region will look to this as an opportunity to grow as well. This is a signal to us that the future of dairy is here and that it is strong. We are proud to be a part of this moment, and we're even more excited for what comes next. Thank you.
Well done, sir. Our next speaker has been the leader of Oneida County with a vision. He's had a vision of economic resurgence. He's taken this old Air Force base that was closed 30 years ago and turned it into the Griffiths Business and Technology Park. He's brought investments to sectors like nanotechnology, cybersecurity, and now food making. He's been a critical partner in making today happen, removing obstacles as they come. He is a true leader. Please join me in welcoming County Executive Anthony Picenti.
Good morning. What a great morning it is. It is so great to look out there and see all of you. And I'm just going to ask, I know the Congresswoman asked about what you had in your refrigerator, but did you just think you were coming here for free yogurt today? Well, you're going to get that and so much more. Thank you all for being here. Governor, thank you for being here. Congresswoman Stefanik, thank you for your words and for your commitment to this community and this facility that we sit on in so many different ways. You know, before I get into a few remarks, I do want to thank some people because, you know, as has been said, you know, this is not something that is done with one person or one group. It does take many hands, and there are so many people to thank. So bear with me for a moment as I thank you. But and he said it, you know, and I appreciate it. But my good friend and partner, who has been on the job for a year and a half, and not only brought, you know, this billion-dollar investment with me, but a tornado at the same time. So I mean, we're trying to get through that. But to Jeff Lanigan, he has been a great partner. He has led parts of this city through some tough times, and we're here to celebrate a great time. So Jeff, I want to thank you, your team, for working hand in hand with our team in getting this to this finish line. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, please. Shauna Papel, Mohawk Valley Edge, thank you for your leadership and your team who's worked tirelessly with us You know, I can't say enough. I worked with Shauna for more years than we'd both like to say, although she looks so much better than I do. But Shauna is a great leader in the Mohawk Valley Edge team. To Empire State Development, I know Hope Knight, you had a great team. I want to thank my old friend Jeff Januszewski, who's hiding somewhere in the crowd. Jeff, there you are. Thank you. You know, I got the pleasure of working with Jeff when I was at ESD many years ago. Allison Madmoon and her staff, and Christy Mercurio, who was over at Edge, went over to ESD, went back and forth. Thank you for your leadership, too, on this. The ESD team has been great. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. You know, my team, my Director of Economic Development, Sean Colletta, got baptized by fire on this one and has done a great job. I want to thank him. Amanda Cortez-Colas, who couldn't be with us, our county attorney, who worked tirelessly. My executive staff, Kevin Revere, Phil Vano, Amanda Carroll, you know, did wonders in putting all of this together, working with the Chobani staff. So to all of them, thank you. And of course, to my great partners in government, that I could not do this without the Oneida County Board of Legislators, led by Chairman Jerry Fiorini. They're in the front row here. Please give them a round of applause. To my partners on the state level, you know, Senator Joe Griffo, who has been great, who also represents Shenango County and Chobani down there. So Hamdi, you can hit him on both ends for this, up here and down there. Thank you. He's been a great partner. Assemblywoman Buttonshaw also, who directed them over to go take a look at Griffiths, and we're here today. So I want to thank her as well. So great partnership on the state level, Assemblyman Miller as well. And Jeff touched on it. I have to thank my dear friend that we lost last year, Steve DeMio. This was a vision of his and mine from when this base was closed those 30 years ago. Steve had a vision. We talked about the triangle, and I know he's looking down on us today. Thanks, Steve. Chobani team has been phenomenal to work with. I mean, you know, I will mention names and forgive me, but obviously you heard from Kevin Burns, you know, Tarkin, Vienna, you know, Nishant, who's put up with me for the last couple weeks, you know, as we've been planning all of this. Marjorie, there have been so many, and of course, Hamdi, I'll get to you in a moment, but thank you. They are phenomenal people. Please give them a round of applause. So why are we here? I mean, and you've heard the investment, the jobs, the other point. We've been talking about the triangle for years, and I'm always asked, what's the triangle? What is the triangle? Well, the triangle, up until now, was the biggest site in New York State that was available for development, but now has been taken. So it's no longer the biggest site in New York State. But the triangle is a part of this great facility that 30 years ago, as you heard, you know, was closed. The far end, and you're going to see it when we do the groundbreaking down this end where this plant is going to rise. The triangle is a space, obviously, that was at the end of this long runway in this historic Air Force base that has been transformed over the years by so many in the crowd that have been a part of this. The land that was part of the history of this community is now taking on a new history in Chobani. The largest investment in natural food, you've heard that time and time again this morning, and you're going to keep hearing it as we go forward. But the triangles is more than that. And when we started, we've been talking about it for years, and we really focused more the last few years working with ESD, working with Edge, and working on the county level with the city. And so we threw it out there, and little did we know at that point that the first bite, or should I say the first spoon, because that's the theme, would be with Chobani. So we are so excited about that. And this project, though, touches on so many aspects of the community. You've heard, I mean, talk about food, talk about our children, talk about nutrition, talk about what they do. But I am so happy for the dairy farmers in this community and in this region today. I want to thank them for their steadfast perseverance in some tough times. And we did, in county government some time ago, some work on a dairy sustainability study. And here it is, dairy sustainability. We couldn't be happier. Thank you to the dairy farmers in this community and beyond. Please give them a round of applause. Milk will be flowing, and to hear that it is for Chobani is so special. But today goes beyond all of that too. It's about the beginning of a special relationship, a relationship that began not so many months ago. I mean, just then here, just months ago, Hamdi came to visit. And you see, today is the merging of two families. It is the family of Oneida County and the Chobani family. And while Chobani is a worldwide name, and their products are second to none, they have chosen our home and to join our family to build this plant, to build their third manufacturing plant, and the second one here in New York State. Now, I can tell you a great deal about how this came about and the workings in and out, and like other projects, there is competition. Different areas of the country compete with incentives and all other things, and as the saying goes, that is all fair game. But at the end of that competition, Oneida County and the city of Rome won the day. Now, I can tell you we won the day because we have the best site, and we do. I can tell you we won because our proposal to them was the best, and that is true. But I believe we won because we share the same passion, the same beliefs that the Chobani family stands for. We are a giving community. We take care of our people. We care about our families. We believe in the power of people. And we believe in the melting pot that made this county what it is today. Most importantly, we both believe that in the power of what is possible and that nothing is impossible. And that is why we're here today. So I could tell you a story, and you've heard some of it before, and you've seen it in the video, and you've heard people talk. It's about a man with a vision not just of making a good product, a great product, the best product, but about giving back in so many ways, and you're going to see that here today. I could tell you, as I said, that less than 6 months ago he came to visit with his team. And his words were never more clear to me. New York was his home. And he did want to be here, but he had to make the best decision for his people and for his business. But he told me something else that day. He said, if we get there, we're going to shake hands and we're going to have a deal. You remember that? And he is true. His word is gold. And we are here because he believed in us as much as we believed in him. On behalf of the people of Oneida County, thank you for your trust, for your confidence, and for making history today. History at a place in which history was made for 60 years. A new history, a history of a company that will grow and thrive and believes in its people and continues to build. So thank you, not just for building a new plant, but for building a brighter future for this community for years to come. You know, there's a great quote, But example is leadership. This man is the example of that. Will you please join me now in giving a rousing welcome and thank you to the newest member of the family of Oneida County, my good friend and your good friend, Hamdi Ulakaya. Hamdi.
Oh, Tony, thank you so much. What a day. I use the word magical quite often. I've been lucky enough to be in magical moments, magical times, magical places, but this is one of them. It's a magical time. I'm so honored to be here. Governor, so honored to be with you. And thank you for spending time. I know you're busy, you need to go. You have a budget to take care of. But we really appreciated your time. And of course, Congresswoman, thank you, madam. Thank you so much for everything you do, your care, time you spent as the mayor. You got so much work to do, and so honored to meet you. I'm so happy. And of course, it's my brother, Tony, and everyone else. I'll get to you a little bit later, Tony, too. I'm here with my family. My wife is here, Louise, and my little one, Miran. I made this family later on. I'm late on this, but I have another family. My Chobani family is here. You see them out there with, T-shirts and coats. My executive team is here, or my chiefs. Some of our leadership team was training at Saudi Edmiston. They're here. Some of the people who retired and they came here for this moment. And some of the people when I started Chobani in 2005. Rich is here, Frank is here, Terry is here right there. Some of the people we really started early on, they are here. So this is 20 years in making. And it's funny how the life works, how journey works. It's somehow you come back to home. And we are here in this moment, we are home. Like Kevin said, I don't look as young as I used to. I'm okay. I saw a paper like this, and we were talking about this in the breakfast time. It said, fully equipped yogurt plant for sale. It came in a junk mail, and I tell the story many times. And I'm sitting in a small cheese factory, and I'm stressed, and a lot of bad stuff is happening away from everything. And I throw it to the garbage can. And 20 minutes later, I picked it back up for some reason, I don't know what. And I looked at it, now it's dirty with some stuff in it, and I called the number. It was a real estate agent here in Utica that was selling this plant because it was owned by a large company, Kraft Foods, and they were closing the factory, and they were selling the plant as is, basically as junk. And I said, I'll go visit. And it took me a few hours to find the place from Johnstown, New York to South Edmiston. And I went in there. The first person said hi to me was Rich Lake. Is Rich here? Where's Rich? Can you stand up, Rich, for a second? Just one more second, will you, please? Yeah. Rich was a production manager in that factory. That factory has been there for 70, 80 years. He was there for 15, 20 years as a production manager. And he took me up to the stairs, and there was Maria Wilcox, who just retired last year. We asked her to come here, and she said she had a spa day, so she couldn't come. It's God's truth. I like it. But she sent me a text this morning, and she's welcomed me, get me a coat, and Rich took me out to the plant. And I talked about this many times. When you go through the plant, and he tells me the stories of the walls and the people and the families came close through that, and say hi to the people and seeing things. You smell things, you see things, you hear things. It seems like you're going through a time zone, a time tunnel for years and years and years and years. And then you come to a room that there's about 50, 55 people closing this place, and they're working as if this is the beginning of their work. They're working so hard to finish the job, knowing that finishing job is end of the job, and that place will be gone forever. The steam will be off after grandfather and father and uncles and everybody worked in that place through the hardship, wars, any time. This was the end of it. But yet they were still giving their best to it. And I'm walking through this plant with Rich, and I left and I called some of my colleagues and I said, I just saw a place, I'd like to buy it. The person who answered the call is an attorney. He said, Hamdi, let me tell you something. This is a place was closed by a largest food company, and they're getting out of the yogurt business. They're giving this as a junk. They're looking for an idiot to unload to, and you are that idiot. And he said, you know, if they couldn't do anything with it, who are you? I said, you're right. Okay. I turned it off. And a day after, I called him back. I said, I have a feeling. I got to do something with this. I have a good feeling about this. And it's cheap. It's only $700,000. He said, Hamdi, you don't have money. And you haven't paid me the last 6 months. You owe me $20,000, which was true. 4 or 5 months later, I had the factory. The first 4 people I hired from that 55, Maria, Rich, Frank. Frank is here. Where's Frank? Frank, can you stand up for a second? My brother. Frank ran the wastewater site. So without the wastewater pond, you can't start the building, really, because there's no city wastewater treatment plant in there. So Frank knew how to work the bugs to bring it back. So if one day we want to bring it back, we needed Frank. So we needed Rich, we needed Frank, and we needed Mike. Mike was the maintenance guy. He's retired now. He retired in that factory. He came back to close it, so we needed him, and of course Maria. 4 of us, him, 4 of, and me, 5 of us. We sit around the table. I have the key. There's a picture out there. You saw it in the video. We sit down, and we said, okay, what are we going to do now? This is the end. This is finished. And these 4 people are looking at me as if I have the answer. I don't have answer. I don't have money. My English is broken. My car is not that great outside. And I have no idea what I'm going to do next. But I know one thing. These walls outside did not look good. And I said, we're going to go to the Ace hardware store, and we're going to grab some paints, and we're going to paint the walls outside. So the Mike said, I'm going to cut short after this, but you like this story. He said, I retired here. I don't know when was the last time we painted those walls outside. Tell me you have better ideas than that one. Based on what he hears from me, they're going to make a life decision if they're going to move out of this area, if they're going to get a better job, if they're going to go somewhere else, because everybody else has gone. I said, I have ideas, of course, but these walls are dirty. They were white at some point. They need to come back to be white. So let's do that. And that's what we did that summer of 2005. We painted those walls, 4 of us. And there was a bar across the street. They were with the bikers, you know, the Harley drivers. Scary stuff. I've seen them on TV. I've never seen them in real. Turns out they were nice people. I never walked into that bar. Later on, we bought that bar. It was one of the most expensive bar to buy. We built a warehouse. They were making jokes, screaming, hey, you forgot that corner. 2 years later, after we painted those walls, we still have a Chobani. Let's start painting the walls. 2 years later, we launched Chobani. 5 years later, we were $1 billion in sales. We were over 1,000 people in that factory. Yeah. So the reason I say that is Rich and Frank and we lived through that. But I bring back to one thing. I was wise enough. I'm not wise everywhere. Luis knows. I was wise enough to see in that walk. I saw one thing. where everybody saw broken walls, old equipment, smell that was unpleasant or whatever, I saw people. I saw Rich, I saw Maria. I saw those 55 people who were closing the factory as if they were opening. I saw the discipline, I saw the spirit, and it reminded me where I grew up. You just don't give up. You just don't give up until the end. You don't do it for the pictures, you don't do it for recognition, you do it because this is the way it is. I asked Rich to come up, and he says, I don't want to come, I'm too shy to be out there. He didn't want to stand up. I told Terry is right there. What, Terry, you're number 5, number 6? 5, number 5. I said, Terry, would you want to come up and say hi? He says, no, I don't want to. The reason I wanted to bring Terry up is I want everyone to understand. They all told me about Hamdi this, Hamdi that, but I want to understand how special the people are here in upstate New York. She joined us because she used to work at the craft, and we went through hardship. It was hard. It was difficult. But once a week, I will come to that old office, and I will find this beautiful pie. Depends on the season. It's an apple pie, a strawberry rhubarb pie. It was from Terry. She baked it over the weekend, and she brought it on Monday morning. That was enough to get me going all week. The good thing is she still makes me a pie every once in a while, after 20 years. She's gone through the hardship. This was a brotherhood and sisterhood that we built in this old factory. We said, by building this factory, we're going to build, by fixing this factory, we're going to fix ourselves. But one thing that we're not going to do, we're not going to follow the people who closed this place. We're going to put something new in here. We're going to open the windows to the community and open the walls for the community, but everyone to be part of this. We want everyone to be part of this. When we are going to make it, the first thing we're going to make, we're going to give it back to the community. We're going to make some food that we will only make it if we are going to give it to our own children, our own family members. Something special, something unique. And in there, heroes that I met throughout this company, they are all here, and I don't want to put them in a spot. 500, 500,000, Idaho, Australia. This really started from this old factory to become what it is. And I went out all the way to the Idaho, built another one, and faced another dimension of this beautiful country. And then I came back and said, we need to build another one. And that's when the phone call went to our governor. I said, I have two things I want to do. One is, where everybody is giving up New York City, I want to build my headquarters in New York because Chobani is a New York made, and I am New York made. I want to build my office in New York, and we get a big office space in Bowery and in Soho, and we got that one done. But Kevin and I, when we talked about it, this new building, this new factory had to be between Idaho and New York. It needed to be somewhere in the middle. So we had that conversation with other people. Said, no, it can't be in New York. We look at South Edmondson, we look at Norwich. We love New York home, but we need to be strategic about where it should be and shipping and all costs and all that kind of stuff. And then it's just start tilting this way. She's right. They said, governor wants to come to Soho, your office. I said, no, no, she wants to come. Okay, sure. Senator Schumer many times. We want you to be in New York. I said, you need a land. Somebody said there's a land. And they said in Rome. Rome. I used to live in Utica. When I started Chobani, I traveled from Utica to the plant for years. And then they said it was in the former Air Force Base, which I come from. And that's where I met my brother. It was a simple meeting. We sit around the table right here. We ask simple questions, simple answers. It's a New York way. Kevin is there, our engineers are there. And we have said there are some really aggressive offers on the table for some of the states. Will be better. And he put a team together, our economic development side of the government. And we have some challenges, big challenges, especially on milk. We need more milk. Especially on people. We need more people. Especially training. And here we are. And I said it earlier today, and I said, this is heaven. You have the land, you have the nature, one of the most beautiful area in the whole country, whole world. Look at the rivers and hills, and I mean, geez, take a picture in every corner. It's a natural heaven. Then the tradition and people just showed an example what can be done in this place, in that small town, New Berlin, to become what it is. And then the educational ecosystem. You got the SUNY, Mohawk Valley Community College, and all, I mean, Cornell, for God's sake. You have all these things. And then you have the traditional of entrepreneurship around this canal. You look at from Albany all the way to the Erie Canal, to Buffalo, to the lake. This is where all the innovation came from. And bringing this innovation, entrepreneurship, ecosystem, especially on the food and natural ways. And look at all these buildings that's been here, remind us what can happen, what can be possible. This is heaven. And that's like Kevin said, I don't want to be just build a plant, which is a big plant. We want to build a campus where we all come together. And it's open to everybody. And no one is going to move these plants from here. It's Miran, my son is here, as everybody's son and daughter is here. This belongs to the community. This belongs to the state. And I'm so honored that I can be part of this, that this state and this country has been so good to me. When I left Turkey at the age of 22 in desperation, where I could be safe and be myself, find myself, and discover myself and build a family and be part of this amazing community. There's something I can give it back to the state and the country and hopefully humanity. I give you one promise, Tony. The handshake that we had, I will honor it every moment. I will give my best to make sure that this is one of the most amazing places that ever been built. Governor, you have my word, and you always have my word. I will make sure that every single Chobani act is nothing but the interest of the state and the country in every day. And most importantly, we have to get our relationship with our farmers deepen, so this way, through this, we can truly find a good solution for farmers to have second generation, third generation, fourth generation, for like my farmer brother, come back to this magical work that we need. The work attitude that needs to go on, that we can taught me and teach everyone going forward. And these towns and villages to flourish through it, naturally. So we can welcome everyone to be back and be part of this community. And that excites me the most. Yes, it's a large investment. Yes, the company is going really well. Yes, the product we launched is going all over the country and people are celebrating. That's beautiful. But to me, business is a force to make the world a better place. And together we can make this happen. And this is not my invention. This lives in the cities and towns and villages of every corner of this country. This is the tradition I tap into. This is the tradition the farmers have, the working class has, and everybody has. And this is a great day to celebrate. I am so honored. And with that, I go back to what Governor said early on. There's two things that are happening in both Romes. We have a Rome, the Holy Father, a lot of people who are Catholic in this region. My wife isn't from the Catholic background, but beyond that, as who he was, Pope Francis, the messages that he has given all this time, especially the messages that he's given to refugees, which I care a lot, which we have a lot in our company that was part of. And the Rome here, where we are giving a message of hope, where business and community and everyone come together and celebrate and build a future for our children. I want to take this day as one of the biggest gifts for my life and being here with my family, with you all, and celebrate together. And Tony and I, we're going to get to work and build this as fast as possible with my brother Kevin and everyone at Chobani. Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here, and God bless you all.
Well, you heard it. Rome wasn't built in a day, but if it was up to Hamdi and Kevin and the rest of the leadership team here, we'll work to simplify that even further. And when we do complete our plant, we want to invite folks back to come and visit when we do our ribbon cutting. Now, we're going to now ask guests to remain seated as we escort our speakers and members of the media to the groundbreaking site for photos and interviews. We made some great news today. Let's give a round of applause for the news. So if I can ask the volunteers to please dismiss our official party. And for the rest of us, we have to get to work. Now, as many know,